The smartest route to $10,000 a month in 2025, working from anywhere in the world at any time, isn't some random business that these YouTube kids are talking about. It's something that you and I have both used and so have millions of others around the world. And in this video, I'm gonna give you a complete rundown of what that is and how I do it. But before I do that, why should you listen to me? My name's Luke Kent. I'm from the UK. I make over $10,000 a month net profit. Up until a few years ago, I was in the same boat as many of you out there are, stuck in a dead-end job. Now, thanks to AirBnB arbitrage, I just bought my second property, my second personal home. I have multiple nice watches. I get to travel the world. I get to stay in hotels, and I only work a few hours a week, if I'm honest. And my mission right now is to help others do exactly what I've done. AirBnB arbitrage, guys, it's really, really simple. Essentially, you are renting a property to sublease it as an Airbnb. You pay the rent and the utilities on that property, you pay the cleaning fee, and that's basically it, you guys. Whatever you make on top of that is your profit to keep. Nobody has $30,000, $40,000 down payment for a house anymore. It's not realistic. If you're young and you want to get into the property game, guys, I cannot recommend Airbnb arbitrage enough, okay? It's fairly straightforward and the upfront costs are extremely minimal, but the profit margins are huge. Yeah, if you can afford a property, if you can afford to buy, of course, buy, go ahead. But you can't buy 10 houses at once, where you could rent Airbnb arbitrages 10 within a year, not a problem, okay? Fairly simple, guys, and it's scalable. That's the main thing about this, is how fast you can actually scale it. And really, this can work anywhere in the world, okay? I recommend America. I recommend the US myself, and that's where I do it. But the UK, Ireland, Europe, most popular cities that have good tourism, you will do well on Airbnb. You probably know it yourself, like you've booked Airbnbs in these locations. So the people that are renting out these Airbnbs are obviously making money. So I'm actually waffling a bit now, guys. Let's just get into it. So how do you actually get started with Airbnb? I'm going to give you guys 4 easy steps, okay? We'll keep it simple today. 4 steps. Step number 1, finding a property. This is pretty simple, you guys. Where do you find property? On property sites. In America, the biggest one is Zillow. Zillow is going to be your best friend, okay? And with the amount of detail and market data that you actually get on Zillow, it's extremely, extremely helpful. You will see what the rental yield is expected to be on that property. So if the landlord is offering you a fair price, for example, you go on Zillow, you find landlords, you contact landlords, you get their information, you pitch them, and you sell them the idea on renting to you as a business person. Somebody's going to pay them a set amount of rent per month. They're never going to deal with squatters' rights. The house is going to be cleaned to a high standard multiple times a week after every single guest. You're going to be the best and last tenant that they're ever going to need. And if you can pitch it to them and let them know that you're open to signing a longer term lease, it kind of makes it a no-brainer for them. One point I'll make on this: do not pay more rent than a landlord is asking for. There is absolutely no need for that. It's only going to eat into your margins. And you need to get this into your head, guys. You are helping these landlords. You are going to be a good tenant for them. You're going to look after this property, and it's going to be a mutually beneficial arrangement. You have to drive that home. So Zillow.com. That's step 1. Step 2. So now you found the property, guys. You found the property you want to rent. You need to sign that lease and set it up. So what do? You have to set up, obviously, your rental payment to the landlord, pay your deposit. After that, you need to set up all utilities, guys. That could be water, electricity, Wi-Fi. The list goes on. Whatever your property requires, could be HOA fees, homeowners association. Guys, utilities? No, utilities. Right? Hope if I could spell. And then you need to set it up to be an Airbnb, guys. You need to make sure your furnishing is on point. I always recommend having a sofa bed. We will go into this in a further video. We will go in depth on what you guys need to have in your Airbnb, but it's fairly basic. If you have never stayed in an Airbnb, go stay in one, and stay in one that's highly rated, and just keep an eye on what they've done, okay? They're going to have salt and pepper shakers. They're going to have some minor cooking ingredients. They're going to have body wash. They're going to have shampoo. They're going to have hand wash. They're going to have dishwashing tablets. They're going to have washing powder, dryer, all these types of things, guys. You want to have those set up in your unit. It's going to help you get 5-star reviews. It's going to make for a pleasurable guest experience. And overall, it's going to help you actually grow in your property. If you have more amenities in your listing, in your property, you're going to appear on more searches. So if people are filtering by dishwasher, washer, dryer, children's cot, these types of things, have them in your property, guys. Step 3, your marketing. Your marketing is all done through Airbnb itself, guys. And that's done through your pictures. Massively important. High quality photographs of your property. and stage your listing. Have it looking amazing for the pictures, okay? You're obviously not overselling, guys. You're going to fulfill what they expect. You're going to fulfill their expectations, but make sure that the property looks amazing on the actual listing, because that's what's actually people's first impression of your property, is what they see on the listing, okay? So make sure the photos are extremely high quality. You can do this by getting a real estate photographer. You can find one on Craigslist. Go to your real estate agent, ask them who their photographer is, get their contact information, build that relationship, and get those high quality pictures, guys. Do not sleep on that. That is a mistake that you will regret. That was insane. So go ahead, make sure that your pictures look awesome, guys, okay? Massively important. Then what you need to do is you need to focus on automating. So once those bookings come in, you guys, how can you make it the smoothest flow to getting money into your bank account as often as possible with as little hours of your time spent on it? And you can do that with a thing called a channel manager, guys. It is a software that allows you to control your listings from a single platform, and that includes all your messaging. All your messaging should be templated and automated. It'll insert the guest's first name to make it look customized, look specific for them, but it's all a template, guys. Everything should be going automatically. Then you get a pricing software, guys, and that's going to control the cost per night. It's going to have different parameters set for different times of the year. It's going to adapt to the low season, adapt to the high season, and make sure that you're as profitable as possible and getting as much occupancy as possible. Guys, this was a speed breakdown, but in different videos, we're going to go through each individual point in far more detail. So you should now have a pretty good idea of what Airbnb arbitrage is and why it is the business that you should be setting up in 2025. But what you don't know is how to go from complete beginner to making money in your first listing. And that's what this video on screen is for. So click the link and I'll see you inside.